Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Whisking Away with Diana J. I'm Diana, and you guys are in for a treat this episode. Valentine's Day treat, that is. I figured with Valentine's Day being right around the corner, we could whip up these delicious red velvet brownies. I mean, need I say anymore? Who doesn't love a brownie anything and red velvet? So we kind of just put them together. So, and you can make these brownies a couple of different ways. If you want to learn how to make that today, you know the drill. Let's get our aprons on. And oh, I forgot. Okay, I don't have an apron on this episode because I couldn't find one to match. That's okay, that's okay. You guys can still get your aprons on and let's get baking. All right, let's get started. So, what I have in my bowl here is a stick of butter, which is equivalent to about 4 ounces. To that, I'm going to add in my chocolate. Pour that into my bowl with my butter. And then I'm gonna pop this into the microwave for a few seconds. And we wanna make sure the butter is fully or at least 90% melted, okay? That's the goal. Do not, well actually no, the goal is do not burn your chocolate. I mean, okay. My microwave is pretty high, so I put it in there for the 30 seconds. I did not mix it. I put it in for another 15 seconds, and then it actually was fully melted. What I'm gonna do is let it sit for about 2 minutes, just to let that hot butter do its thing with melting the chocolate. Okay, so I did not take my eggs out in time, so I can actually show you a cool trick if you are baking and you totally forgot to take your eggs out, because you want all your ingredients to be room temperature. For the eggs, a cool trick is just to take warm water, not too hot, because you do not want to cook the eggs, not too cold, because you do not want to defeat the purpose, obviously. You want it to be like a baby's bath water. You know, when you put your elbow in and the water is warm, not too hot, not too cold, it's just in the middle. That's what we want. We want a little Goldilocks situation going on with the water. We are putting the eggs in. You just put it in there for about 5 minutes, and then bada bing, bada boom, you have room temperature eggs. So cool trick with that. The hot butter has melted the chocolate. So right now I'm just gonna add in my sugar. So we are going to put in a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. And then we are going to put in a 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar, light brown sugar that is. I'm just gonna take my whisk and whisk that together. Then I have my eggs that should now be room temperature. Let me just pour out this water, this Goldilocks water that is. So I'm gonna crack it in a separate bowl, and then I'm gonna mix that. Second egg, that bad boy in here. Cool beans. Now I'm gonna put in a bit of vanilla, about a teaspoon. Okay, and that, my friends, is your wet ingredients. Easy peasy. Let's move on to the dry ingredients. Hopefully you can't hear that outside. Welcome to the New York City streets, all. And I have to keep my window open because it's hot in the middle of winter. It's okay. All right, so in my bowl here, I have some flour, and don't worry, the recipe and all its ingredients will be listed down below in the description box. I don't know why I did that. It is what it is. Y'all, I'm going to add in 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I have my cocoa powder. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons, and you definitely want a sifter whenever you are using cocoa powder. OMG. 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, as well as 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. I'm also going to use a tad bit of espresso powder. It really elevates, let me tell you something, it brings your chocolate, whatever you make, to another level, trust me. And you definitely won't taste it. It's not like you're gonna taste coffee if you're not a coffee lover, trust me, it's not like that. So we're gonna sift our dry ingredients and try to keep it all in a bowl. Look at the clumps of that cocoa powder left over. So you just take a spoon, bam, easy peasy, bada bing, bada boom. Just mix that all up. Okay, let's get back to our red ingredients. I forgot one of the main important ingredients in here, the red velvet food coloring. I mean, it is a red velvet brownie after all, we need the red. Remember in the last video with the red velvet pancakes that I made, and I said if you get the red velvet gel, I'm gonna put it to good use. Well, here you go. Here's a second recipe with that red velvet gel. Since it's a gel, you don't need that much. I want it to be kind of like a burgundy color because we are going to put one side of the brownies is going to be with chocolate chips and the other side is going to be with crushed Oreo cookies. OMG. So good. And I like the contrast between the dark chocolate and the white from the Oreos and the burgundy look of the brownie. So good. Can you sense the excitement on me? So this is the consistency that you want it to be. I'm going to add in half of my dry ingredients, and then I'm going to mix that in, mainly folding. Whenever you're folding, it's just going around, all the way around and cutting in the middle. I'm gonna go all the way around and I'm gonna cut in the middle. Go all the way around, cut in the middle. Go all the way around, cut in the middle. And then you'll see the flour is gradually incorporating inside of the batter. I'm gonna put in the rest of my flour. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm going to go around, cut in the middle. What I'm going to do is add a 1/4 teaspoon of vinegar. This is going to give it that red velvet tang that we are so much familiar with. Go around, and at this point, I'm going to mix it in. All right, nice, silky, smooth batter. You want to keep these in because it is going to be make it easy for you to lift your brownie when it's done. Trust me, you don't want to skip this step. It smells so divine. Take a butter knife just to ensure that nothing is sticking to the bottom of this pan, especially the corners. I have that parchment paper, that little cool trick I taught you guys, right? To make it, hold on, what? Easy to lift and transfer to your cutting board. Oh, I was gonna cut them all proper and show you guys, but as I was cutting the edges of the brownies, the side here, I couldn't resist. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna take a bite now because it looks so good. So I'm gonna go on and eat these ends. Okay, actually I should get a cup of milk so I could dip these in. But let's try it, just a little taste. Oh my gosh, this is so good, you guys. Please try this recipe. Remember, the ingredients will be listed down below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed. I mean, why wouldn't you be subscribed if you watched this whole video? I mean, obviously you like me, so you might as well hit that subscribe button down below. I'll be posting videos every Saturday. And share. If I made you laugh at least one time in this video, please share it with a friend. Anyway, that's all the time we have here for today. Thank you so much for whisking away with me, Diana. Until next time, I'll see you next week, guys. Bye.